Hi, language arts teachers. I thought I would take the time to show you, if you're not already familiar, how to log into and to use parts of our online textbook. If you already are doing all of this, completely disregard. If it's helpful for you, please let me know. So the first thing I'm going to do is log in at pearsonrealize.com. The reason I'm on this page in my Google Classroom is because I wanted to show you that the way students log in is using their student ID for their username, and their password would be Hawks 2017 with no spaces and the H capitalized. So I am going to just click on my link since I've got it here. You would type in pearsonrealize.com. Now teachers log in a different way. You want to click sign in, not sign up. If you haven't ever done this before, it is your email and the password that you've set up. If you don't know, we can help you with that. So the first thing that I did is I created classes, and I can access the classes I've created, or I can create classes from either this classes bubble or up here in the toolbar. And you could see that I created 4 ELA 8 classes for my 4 periods. Now I want to point out that you can actually use this for assignments and tests and different things, which I've done in the past. I'm not doing that this year because it's too confusing. I am doing everything in Google Classroom. I am using other online programs, but all assignments are made in Google Classroom. Okay, so to create a new class, I go over here, click Create Class. Just scroll down, give it a name. I'm giving it Demo Class. You can assign it a class picture, books, and choose your program. You should only be able to choose one program, and that is whatever you are teaching, what book you're teaching out of, Common Core Literature 8. And here are instructions on how to add students. The password is already given to them. You don't have to do anything. Students have already been uploaded. You just have to type the name. I'm going to use my daughter, and there she is. And I would add more students to this period. If I needed to add more rows, I would do that here. And then you come down here. You want to make sure you're on the default theme, not the early learning theme. And then you just click Save, creating my class, and now I should be able to see it right there, my demo class with 1 student. All right, now what I'd like to show you is your student textbook. So you can either go to Programs or back here to the Home, and you'd click on Programs or directly on your textbook. I have access to the 8th grade textbooks, and what I'm going to show you how to use is the online student edition. You'll see the online teachers edition also. I have to admit I've not used that much. Reality Central I used last year for Focus on Reading. If that's something that interests you, I can tell you how I use that. But I'm going to click on the online student edition right now. And this is how I instructed students how to use it. So you're going to open in a new window, and it'll take a minute to load. But what I really like about the online edition is the different tools for marking up the text, the same way you would do by hand in the close reading notebook. There are video clips. There's an audio function. So here you see the cover of the 8th grade textbook. Over here you see the table of contents. If you know what you're looking for, you could go directly there. If you don't know what you're looking for, you could come up here to the search bar. I'm looking for the Tell Heart, and boom, Tell Heart. But I don't want that right now. I'm going to go back to Browse, and there are different items that you can use over here, the pronunciation guide, the glossary, notes, bookmarks. I'll come back to those. First, I'd like to show you the bottom of the screen, how to go forward and backward. Just use the arrow keys. If you know the page that you'd like, type it directly in. Let's say I want page 32. Should take me to somewhere in Raymond's Run. There it is. If I wanted a 2-page view, I'd click that. I am moving along the bottom of the screen here. I really prefer the 1-page view though, because I like to have my table of contents. If you're not on the pointer, you'd go back to the pointer tool. There's a hand tool. Here's a highlight tool that I really like, and you could see I've used it before, but just click on that. You could even change colors if you wanted. And here I'm just going to highlight some repetition I see off the bat. Smile. Smile. Oops, I got to click on the highlighter tool again. Smile. And again. Look at that repetition. All right. Now I want to put a note off to the side. So I'm going to click on the push pen. And I'm just going to note that smile repetition. And then I can go back to that later. Save. Now, if I wanted to see where all my notes are, I could click over here. Look at all of these notes. There's some on page 32. I'm already there. I wonder what this one says. Just click on the, double click on the push pen. Blah, that's a great note. All right. Bookmarks. Have I bookmarked anything? I have. So let's see what I've bookmarked. Page 39. Ooh, the use of repetition again. Punctuation in the telltale heart. And I use that by clicking on this little bookmark right there. So that unclicked, that took it away. I want to re-bookmark it. There, page 39. So there are some other tools down here, links, but what I want to show you right now is this little background video. If I click on that, it will usually give me some kind of background information on the story. And this one gives me background information on the author. If I click that, it would just be a little short blurb on Edgar Allan Poe. We're going to save that for later for the sake of time. The last thing I want to show you is this little audio mode. And I love audio. You would just hit play. I love audio because it can show cultural variations and it just the whole act of storytelling. So if it's Raymond's Run, it's narrated by an African-American author. If it's a storyteller, it's narrated by a British author. So you get that accent with it and a more trueness to the story. And the neat thing about this audio is that at the end of every page, it stops. So the students are forced to actually read along and turn the page. Hopefully they're reading along. So I love the audio version. That is all I'm going to show you, the basics with the online textbook for now. You can explore it on your own. I'm going to end this screencast and start another one with how to use assignments in Google Classroom and in Pearson Realize, how to convert those. But for now, I'm going to close this e-text, go back, and I will see you in the next screencast starting from here.